sorry if I smell.
Alright.
Is it recorded?
Yeah,
Brilliant start.
Mr. Jake Quickenden.
Hello.
Hello, mister.
Hello. You alright?
Nice nashes.
Thank you, yeah. Paid for myself. They're very white, aren't they?
They won't miss you.
At least they fit though.
Yeah.
I can close
They're
my
good.
mouth and that.
They're beautiful.
I don't know whether to get the bottom set done. I don't know if I need them done. When I smile, you can't
just
see
to match
them.
up, but...
Yeah. There's not much colour difference.
No.
One's a shade of yellow, the other's a luminous white. So it's alright.
Makes your eyes pop.
Yeah, it does. They look even brighter on stage when I'm under the black light.
I know. I saw him yesterday.
Bloody popping. But
Came in to watch a matinee.
do you enjoy it?
Well, I saw it in Wimbledon.
Yeah,
but
you
yeah,
know, you've seen it.
it
That's
seems
why
like
it's
you've
nice.
settled into it now. It seems
Definitely.
like you've bedded into it.
Yeah, it's
Are you enjoying it now?
it's such a fun show to do, but it's so tiring.
Relentless, because you're all on stage for the whole time.
The whole 2 hours, 2.5 hours.
A couple of minutes where you get to lie down in a box and
Yeah, lie down in a box. I sit at the end, but you've got to stay in character.
Ooh.
Like, this is the thing, you can't drop out, and that's
No.
what I'm realising. Like, 2.5 hours, I'm George Berger.
yeah.
So I'm this. It's lucky because I'm a bit like him anyway. But I'm like, I have to be a little bit more eccentric, a little bit more camp, a little bit more out there. Do you know what I mean? So it's all right, but yeah, it's definitely a fun show, and I'm loving it. And like you see, you can see that we're all loving it.
So for anybody who's been under a rock for the last 50 years, tell me a little bit about the show.
So
Did you know it before you got it?
no. I was telling everyone I was in Hairspray. No, I wasn't really. But obviously when I had the audition, I did my research on it.
Yeah.
But the show's basically, it's 50 years old. It's based around the Vietnam War. And it's the kind of plot that there is, because it's more of just an ensemble piece. There's a lot of singing.
Yeah.
There's one storyline that you need to follow. And that's Claude, who's played by Paul Wilkins, who's brilliant. We're all getting drafted for the Vietnam War. We've all fucked off our draft card. We ain't going. Do you know what I mean? He's torn between go to Vietnam and fight for his country, or to stay with us. And it's a bit about conformity. It's a bit about. It's got so many messages in it, but that's the basic plot.
Yeah. We're
We're just a tribe of hippies, and we don't want to go to war. But there's so many other meanings. There's so many things we touch on: racism. We touch on gay rights. We touch on female rights. Like everything, and all those things are still so relevant today. Do you know what I mean? And that's the thing. 50 years ago, they were really, really fighting for that. And you'd have thought 50 years on that we'd be in a better place,
Yeah.
but we're actually not. So the show's moved on. It's not as shocking. Like, we say the swear words, we say the words that are supposed to really shock people and make them think, but unfortunately it's not that shocking anymore, because that's the world we're in. But yeah, we still get naked, we still got that scene, and yeah, it's a good old show.
So how did you get involved? Did they approach you or?
Yeah, so obviously I'd done the singing from the X Factor and stuff like that, and it's something that I've wanted to do. I've wanted to show people that I'm not just a failed X Factor gone into reality TV. Like, I've got a talent, and I want to showcase that, and I want to always try new things, because that's the way I keep stimulated, is to keep challenging myself. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, my management put me forward for a few different musicals, and just the one that I happened to get was the hardest one. With the most songs, with the most time on stage, but yeah, honestly, it's been a pleasure to do it, and it's really made me love theatre. Like, I've never even been to watch a musical before.
Really?
Like, that's bad, isn't it? But I'm falling in love with it, because
Yeah.
I'm from Scunthorpe. There's no musicals get
Exactly.
played in Scunny, and I never had enough money to travel down to London and watch. Do you know how much they cost? Apart from hair, I got a discount
Get
code
some
if
good
anyone. But no, like, I'd never even been to watch a musical, so for me, I didn't really know what to expect.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. Like, I've worked as a brickie. I was a builder for like 3 years. Like, I was 8 hours in the rain laying bricks. This will be a piece of piss. Got here, I'm like, I'm exhausted. I can't go have a beer because I've got to think about my voice the next day. I've got to concentrate the whole time. Like when I'm a brickie, I can nip off, go on my phone. Like this is knackering, but the rewards are amazing.
So yeah, tell us about the awards. How's it been for you?
Yeah, it's just obviously it's nice to get the reviews that we've got so
Yeah.
far. Like honestly, the only kind of negative is the show itself as hair. Like people either love it or hate it, and that's the kind of show it is.
Yeah.
But the reviews on us as people and as performers have all been great. So I was obviously really worried about that. Like coming into this, I thought I'd get. He's out his depth. He's from X Factor. He's tried to go into musicals. Like I told these lot that I'd been having acting lessons for a year. I only had 2. I still got the job. So I've been acting all my life though. But yeah, it's class.
I'm really surprised at that because
the acting's what I am enjoying the most.
Yeah, but it's what you're really excelling at.
Yeah, the acting is. I'm just
like the voice was already there. That's a given.
Yeah, that's kind of I'm finding the acting easier than the singing.
Right.
Because I get to act with Paul and Daisy and Brad and Marcus and all these amazing people. Like I could just name everyone in the show, but like, and I'm picking up little things, and it's just nice to play somebody else. And I honestly love it, and I want to go further into more acting, if it's not in musicals, into TV acting, because I've really started to love it. Like you say, the voice was always, I've always been able to sing, but again, it's testing me, because I sit and play love songs on my guitar. I don't go to the top of my range, like, just in case it sounds shit. On this, I'm in the top of my range for 2 hours. And if my voice isn't up to it, it's a hard sing, and there's some big notes in there for me. But again, it's testing me, and yeah, I've held it together so far. We're nearly at the halfway point where I'm off to Benidorm. So after that, I don't know what my voice is going to be like. After I've been on the booze for a few weeks.
How long are you going for?
I'm only going for 4 days, but there's 40 of us going.
Oh,
so
carnage.
Yeah, if I don't come back, and you'll
That'll be
to see the show, yeah.
Like you'll be back with a tan and.
I'll come.
Well,
Well, I'm tan now. I've just been sat outside in it. It's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I don't think my teeth could get any whiter. If there was any white, they'd be see-through, wouldn't they? But yeah.
So how's it been touring? So you did a little bit of touring with Dancing on Ice.
Yeah, I did the Dancing on
enjoy
Ice. Yeah, loved it. Loved Dancing on Ice. Loved the show. Loved the fact that I won.
Travelling to new cities and.
Yeah, I like meeting people, and I like talking to people, and it's hard living out of a suitcase, and I travel in my car, so all my clothes are in the back of my car. It's literally a skip. I'm in and out of hotels or digs with the cast, which I don't mind. I like being around people. Like, I'm a burden to myself when I'm on my own, because I let my mind run away with me and I worry about things. So when I'm around people, it's nice. But I miss home. I miss my family. I haven't seen my pals for nearly 10 weeks now. So that's tough, because I've got the same group of mates that I've always had. I've always had, there's like 6 of us from Scunthorpe, and I've always had those mates, and I haven't changed. I haven't thought, let's get loads of celeb mates, and I'm not about that life. Like, I just want my mates from home, and when I've got a spare minute, I'd like to go home and see them, and like spend some time with mum and that. So yeah, see my girlfriend as much as I can, Sundays pretty much. So it's tough, man. Like, people think that this is a lovely, glamorous life. It is. I just got given a free Greggs. Do you know what I'm saying?
Smashing it.
Meal deal. She went, I recognise you. Put it through, staff discount, boom, got away with it. But there is lovely things that come with TV and this kind of work, but it's quite lonely.
Yeah.
It's quite lonely. It's quite It's quite hard work, travelling all the time, and you miss out on a lot of things. I've missed birthdays. I've missed christenings because I've been working. But yeah, it's swings and roundabouts.
So you talk about those lonely moments where you've got too much time on your hands and too much to think about. Because I kind of want to touch about that, because it's Mental Health Awareness Week.
Yeah,
and you talk quite openly about this topic.
Yeah, I've started to more as well.
Yeah.
This is what I want to do, because I feel like I was a bit of a fraud on my Instagram, because I post the good.
As everybody does.
But if you just looked at my feed, my photos, you'd think I was happy all the time, and I've got this amazing life of holidays and nice things and nice pictures. if you didn't watch my stories, because I talk a lot in my stories quite openly about anxiety and about being lonely, and it's shit when you're on the road, and if I'm having an hard day. But yeah, so I wanted to post more in my actual feed to know that it ain't all roses. Do you know what I mean? Like, it is tough, and especially this day and age, like, social media is so big, and like I say, everyone shows their best side of things. I think as a role model, if I want to class myself as a role model, I need to show the shit things as well.
Yeah.
And talk about the hard times, and talk about the shit things, and talk about the panic attack that I had on stage, which frightened the life out of me, and which got an amazing response, especially from fellow people in musicals and the West End. I had a lot of messages saying, it's really good that you've said that, because a lot of people suffer with anxiety, and they suffer in silence, and it doesn't make you weak having anxiety, it makes you strong having anxiety and getting on with it. So yeah, I like being open about it.
So talk us through it. What happened on that day?
So I'd had 2 nights of really shocking sleep. My fault. I'd had Monster energy drinks late at night, and I just couldn't sleep. And I probably had an hour for 2 nights straight, and I woke up with the worst anxiety on the day that the panic attack happened. And I came in, I was alright, I was trying to get on with it. I had a really bad chest, and in vocal warm-up, when I was singing, my voice kept cracking, and I was thinking, I ain't got a voice today, I'm not going to be able to hit those notes. Then I start panicking, thinking people are going to say I'm shit, people are going to go, I knew he couldn't do it, I get tweets, I get this and that. So I'm like, oh Christ. So we start the show, and my voice is holding in there, it feels alright, and for some reason I just start panicking about something, and we're halfway through the show, we've had break, and we're near the end actually, and I just had an overwhelming sense that something really bad was going to happen, and my breathing got erratic, and honestly it's really weird, I can't remember much of what happened. I can remember coming off stage, but I was crying during one of the scenes, and I couldn't breathe. My hands were tingling, and I had no sensation in my legs, and I thought I was dying. I honestly thought I was dying. I'd never had a panic attack before. I always prided myself on being really mentally strong, and I never have a panic attack. I don't panic about anything, I just get on with it. And it happened, and I had to go off, and I didn't manage to do the second show in the day. It was the matinee that it happened in. And at first I was really disappointed. I felt like a bit of a failure. I felt like I'd let the cast down. I didn't really know what had happened. I phoned my mum and spoke to her, and Sophie, my girlfriend, came, and I was like, why has that happened? And I couldn't get my head around why it happened, but the more I think about it, there's not really ever a why.
No.
It can happen to anyone at any time. And I think the fact that I had really bad anxiety, I hadn't slept, I was poorly, I was worried about the show, all these things just piled up on top of me, and there was nowhere for them to go. And I just panicked about it, and honestly, never again do I want that to happen. It was horrible. I'd never ever felt like that before in my life. But I put it on my social media because I wanted to be honest with people. People were asking me why I won on that night, and I thought, I'm going to start being honest and say, this is what happened. I had a panic attack, big deal. It happened to me. Like, I thought it would never happen to me. I always prided myself on being strong. If it can happen to me, it can happen to anyone. And I got a really great response from it. And if anything, I'm glad it happened, because if it's helped one person from Instagram, then that's good.
Well, that is a trigger for you to remember.
Exactly.
To look after yourself, and to be aware.
This is what I do. I'm so stubborn. Like, I wanted to do this whole run without having a single day off. That's what I wanted, because I wanted to prove to people that I can work hard, and I didn't want people to go, oh, he tried the musical, but he had a day off here and he had a day off here. Everybody's been ill, and you can't do it. And it's just like everyday life. If you get ill, you can't go to work. If you get ill here, you can't go on stage, because you're going to do yourself worse. But yeah, I'm glad it happened, because again as well, I know that I can suffer from them, and I know how to deal with it more if it happens. I know that I'm just not dying.
Do you think, looking back on reflection, I mean, you've had quite obviously there was a death of your father and your brother.
Yeah.
And then you went into like 3 quite high pressure competitions.
Yeah.
X Factor, Dancing on Ice, The Jungle. I think it just all kind of amalgamated to this point where
I think maybe it was
it's all slightly influenced.
Yeah, of course. Like grief works in like strange ways. I think I'm probably still suffering a little bit grief of losing my dad and brother, but I think the show's not so much, because I kind of know who I am as a person. I've got my morals. I know who my friends are, and I know that with the territory of doing a reality show, you're gonna get backlash. You're gonna get people hating you. You're gonna get this and that, and for no reason more often than not. I always say if you'd met me and you'd said that, like, it'd hurt my feelings, because I always pride myself on, like, if people meet me, they usually say I'm alright. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I used to let that get to me, but I don't anymore. I just think this day and age, we've got, as people, a duty of care to like think about ourselves, and I wouldn't put myself forward for those shows if I didn't think I could handle anything that comes from it. So not so much the shows. Obviously, I've had a bit of a roller coaster, and you get pushed into fame, and this is what worries me about reality TV nowadays, is people are going on because they want this fame, because they're looking on Instagram and thinking how fucking brilliant it is, but they don't understand that with that also you lose friends, you don't trust as much, you have no freedom, you can't go out and just get pissed and act like a dickhead because people will watch you. You've got people to be a role model to, you're lonely, you work so much that you don't see your family and your friends, and your relationships struggle, and it looks amazing, and money and a nice hotel and a nice holiday in the Maldives every now and again is great, don't get me wrong, but don't just go into reality TV for that, because the fame is hard. I'm alright now. People don't really pay much attention to me anymore. Like, I'm in this, I do a bit of presenting here and there, I do TV. When I get it, Dancing on Ice was obviously great, and with that you do a show, you get more shit, but then that passes, and then you've got the steady people that support you who are always going to be there, and they're great. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm so thankful for people that are still nice and still support me, and I always get people in the street saying, "Hi Jake, you alright?" And I think that's good, because I'm just like, yeah, sound, are you? I feel like I'm an approachable person, so that's good. But yeah, not so much. I went totally off topic there. I just fucking
good.
But
coming back to that responsibility, and particularly with ITV, because they're in the press at the moment, how, having come from there, do you feel that they gave you great aftercare?
There was aftercare.
Yeah.
But we have to think about this, because the aftercare is there if you're willing to talk about it, and that's the problem what people have. People, myself included, have not wanted to accept the fact that they feel down or they feel alone, so they don't ask for that aftercare because they don't want to seem weak. So that's what we have to now do, is ask for the help, and know that asking don't mean you're weak. It means you're strong, because you've realised that you need the help. So yeah, it was there with ITV when I was there, but obviously there's certain shows in the public eye at the minute that I've never done. But the shows that I've done, there was aftercare, and you have the assessment before you go in. And I think these assessments, these are the new teeth. The assessments before we go in need to be a bit stronger, because are people going to do these shows because they want to find love in Love Island, for example? X Factor, do they want to be a singer and have an amazing career as a singer, or do they just want to be famous? And will they be able to handle that sudden impact of fame that they get from big shows like that? I think that's what we need to focus on, and people need, and ITV and the bookers need to know that these evaluations of people before need to be a lot sterner, I think.
But would you agree that they should keep making these programs?
I think the programs, I enjoy the programs, but when you've got people kind of having mental health from them, if it is from them, something needs to be done because it's not right. But it can't be solely down to the shows, because people want to go on the shows. People want to do X Factor, and I was buzzing when I got offered the Jungle. Do you know what I mean? Like it was amazing. So yeah, I think it's just the duty of care before and after that we need to look at, really. Do you want to meet my girlfriend?
Should we get her in? She's beautiful.
How fit is she?
You like her?
She never answers me back. She never argues with me. She's not got much to say.
I didn't realise the roots are so.
Yeah. It's heavy, that. It's a heavy wig,
good.
like. That's why I cut my quiff off, because it was just doing my head in underneath. My head was sweating. So this is George.
How does it feel? Where does that energy come from? When straight away when you're on stage and you come out, you're on it. You're straight in there, saying hello to the audience.
Yeah.
Straight getting.
I think I've got kind
Is it
of.
a struggle any time, or do you?
Nah,
just,
I love it. I've got a bit of a responsibility because I start the show.
Yeah.
So if the energy's not there, then the show will like fall a little bit, I guess. So yeah, I've got the responsibility of getting the show going, but I just think that people have paid, and people have paid to come see us. So you can't ever let it drop below 100%, because then you're cheating the people that have paid money. So yeah, I love it. I get to take my trousers off. I've got a thong on. Do you know what I mean? I throw my trousers at somebody in the first 5 minutes. It's great. So yeah, I love it. It's amazing.
Amazing. Well, good luck with the rest of the tour.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thanks for the interview.
I've seen it twice, but I'll probably come again.
Come on. And get tickets, please.
Please
come
book.
see. It's a very good show, and you'll see me in a thong.
And that wig.
And that wig. Yeah. And a costume, not just in a thong and a wig. But yeah, thank you.